opening of the Beacon Access Center is really a transformational moment for us. In terms of our strategic roadmap, it's step 2 on a 5-step plan to getting us to our ultimate goal, which is a residential community.
One of the things that I like to say that we're really great about is we're always wanting to ensure that we're providing the best level of care for our young adults and for our families.
Having the Beacon Access Center here in Oak Ridge North has been a really great blessing for us. So we evolved from a much smaller space into this space here, and it definitely allows for more room for our clients to kind of spread out based on what track they're in, what group they're in.
I think the obstacles that I've seen as a smiles coordinator is some of the students that we work with are not getting the opportunities that they deserve, because with the right support, our students can do anything. They can do anything that anybody else can, even at a higher level, but they just need a chance.
The state of Texas, I've known all along, ranks 49th out of 50 for special needs funding. I learned last night from one of my board members that Texas also ranks 49th out of 50 for special education rankings. And it broke my heart because I'm like, this is Texas, we can do better.
Previously, we were working, having rotations every hour with the young adults. And what we were seeing is they needed more support. And so what that looked like is we shifted from a 1-hour time block to a 2-hour time block. And so by elongating their time and their schedule, we're really able to practice skills more in a meaningful way.
So the Beacon Access Center has given us opportunities to be able to spread out and really target more of their individual needs or their group's needs without kind of mixing in among other groups.
I've worked with some of these same clients since they were little and watched them transition to adults, and they need somewhere to go. They need their own home. They need to live on their own. Their parents aren't going to be here forever, and their parents express this all the time, that they wonder where it's going to happen to their children when they pass away. And Beacon is going to be there for them. It's helping them and teaching them how to be independent. And now in real life, they can be successful.
To see this community come around what we're doing and to get behind it and support it and to say Project Beacon is actioning solutions and they're keeping their promises. It's creating momentum and creating, I think, a bridge for us to get to all of those next steps that we only dream of.
As far as personal growth goes, I think that the clients that we already had before coming over here definitely have kind of spread their wings. Our clients, they're so smart, and they all learn at a different pace, but they're so smart and they're so capable. I think being in this space has allowed us to see different things that we didn't see in the old building, because almost everywhere you went in our building was still an eye shot.
What really benefits our young adults is repetition and practice. And so one of the examples I like to use is when we're going on outings, they're able to practice for the outing that they're attending prior to going out into the community. I think another example that I like to share is, it's not a glamorous example, but I love to share it because it really shows our clients and their teamwork. So in this situation, they were working on one of our daily chores, and they worked together as a team. So one of them opened the door while the other pushed the cart, and none of that was directed by us.
The most rewarding thing for me is just to hear those words from the students that I work with, how they say that I'm a part of their family now, or you're giving me the confidence to understand myself. Now I can help other people understand me as well.
I think the future for individuals and families at Project Beacon it's a security. It's a security in knowing that there is an infrastructure and a place that is focused on what they need.
What stands out for me is the ripple effect of our clients' progress and how that carries over into the family's quality of life. What we're hearing from parents is that their quality of life has changed. Some examples of that are, there's a family that reported that they've been able to go out to dinner and have a successful dinner and without the fear of behavioral escalation. What it really states how meaningful what we're doing here is to the family.
When I look at the Beacon Access Center, I'm like, this is ground zero. This is laying the path for our Beacon Works program. It's laying the groundwork for the Transition Academy to get to independent supportive living. It's laying the groundwork for the standard of care and the goals and objectives that we know can be met when we put the right supports in place for successful residential living outside of the family homes.
One thing that I think is really special about the Beacon Access Center is that we really emphasize being able to access our joy. So for each client, there are things that bring them joy and there's things that bring them anxiety. And we really try to help them lean into their joy and try to ensure that hard moments don't turn into hard days and hard days don't turn into a hard week. So we have to ensure that if they're in a group ratio, which most are, then are they ready to receive instruction? And if they're not, how can we help them access their joy so that they can turn their day around or prevent their day from getting harder than it has to be?
For what I would like for our young adults is that the community continues to open up their doors to us. Currently, as I stated, we only have 2 partnerships, and I feel like it's important for our young adults to practice skills outside of the walls of the Beacon Access Center. They need to be in the community just as much as you and I are, and to be able to benefit from the community as we do, to have meaningful lives as young adults and be able to have real opportunities to practice things. That's important for their growth. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to here, and is to continue to expand upon those partnerships.
The worst thing you could do is tell someone to be realistic. That's the worst thing. There's no such thing as realistic. Realistic is just a state of mind. If a student of mine wants to be an actor, they want to write a book, they can do it. Don't limit them to your own beliefs. Let's go for it. Let's try it. Let's give you the supports that you need. And if we fail, we fail. But we're going to try. So never limit somebody to your own beliefs. If they want to shoot for the moon, let's go.
It's an imperative that we look at how are we changing the status quo? How are we responding to the needs of these adults and making sure that they are successful in our society? They have things to give back, and it's up to us to be there to help them give back to society and live a valuable, vibrant, contributing life to our community.